So we're going to the next target, which is 12.5. By 2030, substantially reduce waste generation through prevention, reduction, recycling, and reuse. The indicator for this is 12.5.1, which is the national recycling rate, tons of materials recycled. No data published in the report for that. 12.6. Encourage companies, especially large and transnational companies, to adopt sustainable practices and to integrate sustainability information into their reporting cycle. Indicator 12.6.1. Number of companies publishing sustainability reports. Sustainability reporting grows incrementally with the ongoing global standardization trend and the increasing investors' attention to the ESG disclosures, but at unequal rates across the regions. The International Financial Reporting Standards Foundation officially inaugurated its International Sustainability Standards Board, aiming to create a new global baseline for corporate sustainability reporting. Governments in both developed and developing economies have been stepping up their efforts to support sustainable finance. Several economies already passed regulations requiring issuers to disclose sustainability information. In the period of 2020 to 2021, 68% of companies analysed published sustainability reports. In the period of 2020 to 2021, 68% of companies analysed published sustainability reports, marking the highest increase that tripled their number since 2016. The most often used anchors for sustainability reporting are GRI, TCFD, and the SDGs. Large and listed companies are advancing fast, driven by the new rules released by stock exchanges, national regulations, etc. MSMEs, though still require guidance and capacity building, demonstrated growth in sustainability reporting, but in MSME, micro, small and medium enterprise. The data identified significant differences between the regions. While Southeastern Asia and Central America have experienced the highest increase in sustainability reporting in 2020-2021, the highest volume of reports is registered in Eastern Asia, North America and Europe. Western Asia, North Africa and Central America are among the regions with the lowest volume reports. In 2021, 96% of the top 250 companies worldwide in 52 countries report on sustainability, against 80% in 2020, and around 70% of the top 100 companies identify material ESG topics. The manufacturing, finance and insurance industries feature the highest number of companies publishing sustainability reports, growing by over 20% in 2020-2021, while the utility sector remains the largest share of the companies consistently publishing sustainability reports. Climate and environmental risks are more commonly addressed than social and governance issues or dimensions. The most disclosed environmental indicators are policies on water and energy efficiency and CO2 emissions Scope 1, while less attention is paid to water recycled and ozone-depleting substances. In the social dimension, almost 90% of the reports, including policies on diversity and opportunities, health and safety, and human rights, and fewer include employee training hours. On corporate governance, all reports cover board diversity, while gender pay gap is often neglected. Most companies report on the SDGs, however, only 10% of companies report on all 17 SDGs. The most commonly addressed are 8, decent work and economic growth, 12, responsible consumption and production, and 13, climate action. Target 12.7. Promote public procurement practices that are sustainable, in accordance with national policies and priorities. Indicator 12.7.1 to measure this is the number of countries implementing sustainable public procurement policies and action plans. Countries' focus on reporting sustainable public procurement policies and actions is growing, but further supportive action is needed. Public procurement is a key factor in the economy of all countries, representing on average 13 to 20% of GDP. Leveraging the purchasing power of governments in support of sustainable development has the potential to drive markets towards greener and more innovative products and services and influence supplier behaviour in favour of improved social and labour standards. This strategic approach to public spending is known as Sustainable Public Procurement, or SPP. Recognising the potential of SPP, the international community included SPP in Target 12. Promote public procurement practices that are sustainable in accordance with the national policies and priorities. SDG 12.7.1 measures the number of countries implementing sustainable public procurement policies and action plans. Sustainable public procurement policies and action plans are broadly defined as any type of document, a law, an act, executive order, strategy, policy, action plan, etc., dedicated to the promotion and implementation of sustainable public procurement in any of its environmental and/or socio-economic dimensions. 2 data collection exercises on SDG Indicator 12.7.1 have been carried out. The first in 2020 with 40 participating countries and the second in 2022 with 67. Data collection for SDG Indicator 12.7.1 in 2022 commenced in May with the identification of national government focal points and alternatives. Over 107 countries were contacted for focal point identification, with 103 national governments appointing such contacts. A more than 50% increase on the number of countries reported to the indicator in 2020. Almost all of the national governments, 38 out of 40, that reported on this indicator in 2020 participated in the data drive in 2022. 29 countries were reporting for the first time then also. Target 12.8. By 2030, ensure that people everywhere have the relevant information and awareness for sustainable development and lifestyles in harmony with nature. The indicator for this is also shared with a number of the other SDGs, so it's SDG 4 and SDG 13, and it's the extent to which 1. Global citizenship education and 2. Education for sustainable development are mainstreamed in A. National education policies, B. Curricula, C. Teacher education, and D. Student assessment.